is the left back. Zerson in midfield with Lucas Romero and Mateus Pereira. Kenny Arroyo and Christian, the two wide men, with Nessa Villarreal in attack. Lucas Casagrande is the referee. He's currently going through the formalities with the two captains. And for the visitors, Fluminense, they line up with Fabio in goal, Guga, Zimes, Julian Milan comes into the heart of the defence, and Guillermo Arana in midfield. It's all changes well. Sotaldo comes in, Kevin Cerner comes in, and off some width with the midfield three, really, of Facundo Bernal, Martinelli and Jefferson Severano, who will go more central after playing on the wing in midweek. And John Kennedy is their prolific marksman in attack. Well, it's the white of Fluminense. Share grounds with Flamengo, of course. And they are just going through their formalities at the moment. So, in terms of the referee, we've mentioned him. Good crowd inside the stadium for this one. Just about ready to get underway. Cruzeiro in the all-white today. I beg your pardon, I did get the colours completely wrong. The all-white kit for today, Cruzeiro, change kit, and Fluminense in their famous stripes of green and red, green and burgundy, with burgundy shorts and socks. I'd say that the stadium here, the Mineirão, is around about 2/3 full. We are just about ready to get underway. It's going to be Cruzeiro who are kicking in the first half from right to left. So an opportunity for them, with they kicking off, to get some early possession under their belts. So still waiting for the referee to blow his whistle. They're waiting for the officials on the near touchline to cast their approval, which is required because of television rights within Brazil. They can't start until the commercials are finished. Simple as that, really. And that's why we're having this long wait. Referee points to the ball, blows his whistle, and it's Cruzeiro who get this game underway. And it's an early touch on that far side for Zerson in the midfield, and brought out from the back by Jonathan Jesus. Zerson comes deep and rolls it into the feet of Lucas Romero. He gets it back again, Romero. Chip forward by Mateus Pereira. Good possession early on here from Cruzeiro, but they've won it back of Fluminense with Guga, but no sooner had he won it back, he played it inside and gave it away. So it's dominant in the opening minute from Cruzeiro. And on the far side, it's Zerson again, who's been in the thick of the action. Brought away by Martinelli in the midfield. He runs into traffic. 3-4 players converged on him into the penalty area. Might be a chance here for Zerson. Tries to flick it across and gets it stuck underneath his feet slightly and pulls it wide. Kenny Arroyo, in fact. Oh, he's one of those. We've all done it. You've gone to kick it with your right. Your left foot just prods the ball out of the reach of the right foot. You swing the right foot. The ball's been moved by your left foot, and you're swinging it thin air. And don't say you haven't done it, because you know you have. We've all done it. And Kenny Arroyo made a right mess of that one. Minute and a half gone. Goal kick to Fluminense. Both teams victorious in progression in the Copa Libertadores in midweek, with two healthy victories as well. looking to hit the ground running in this final league fixture ahead of the World Cup. Fluminense are currently 4th in the table, but away form is probably the reason why they're not in the title race. No wins in 5 in all competitions away. The last win was April, 3-2 win away at Santos. Looking to end that today, but it's early dominance from Cruzeiro. Fluminense have won each of the last 4 at home in all competitions. We'll play 2.5 minutes here. If I was to give you the stats, and I haven't got them to hand, I would probably be saying 95% Cruzeiro possession. That's a nice piece of control there by Matheus Pereira. Kind of like scorpion kick, but killed it in dead air and right down on his foot. Brilliant piece of improvisation as it's brought through the midfield by Gerson. Gerson alongside Romero in the midfield, flicked over to the far side, and Fabrizio Bruno into the penalty area. That's good mopping up from Julian Milan. One of 3 changes made by Fluminense today. Down the line from Arana. Now a chance to break from the midfield with Bernal. Bernal goes backwards. Back again to Milan. Milan wanted a bit of movement ahead of him. Not too much. He's been closed down by Arroyo. So it's out towards this right-hand side now. Guga came in midweek and keeps his place at right full-back. There's Guga. Guga with a number 23 shirt on, playing at right-back. Can play left-back as well, the 27-year-old former Mineiro Naval player who has made over 100 appearances for the club. It's back into the midfield area again, and Jefferson Soteldo. 2 Jeffersons playing today. Jefferson Soteldo, Jefferson Savarino. This is Julian Milan at the back. He's given it away. He's tried to be clever there and step forward, but he steps into a trap. And the ball has been played back inside now to Romero. The strong figure of Zerson trying to orchestrate the movement in the midfield. It is Zerson on the ball at the moment, just coaxing the ball forward carefully into Arroyo's path, and then forward to Villarreal. Villarreal going down under the challenge. No free kick given, but it will be a throw-in in an attacking position to Cruzeiro. Taken quickly, and it's a wispy turn from Zerson, but cleared away well by Martinelli, and now up towards the halfway line. A turn from John Kennedy. First touch of the game really for him. Sends it wide to Kevin Cerna. Kevin Cerna just wandered beyond the last defender's ankles and found himself in an offside position, according to the referee's assistant. On this near side, Eduardo Gonçalves, the assistant referee. Lucas Casagrande is the referee, Eduardo Gonçalves, who we just mentioned, and Rafa Trompetta, the assistant referees. 4th official, Emerson Andrade, and the VAR, Tiago Peixoto. So there you have it. It's a busy weekend of football. Here it is currently goalless. We've played just a little over 5 minutes. And, a busy schedule this weekend before the Brazilian league comes to a grinding halt. The ball is played long into the penalty area by Christian, trying to pick out Neto Villarreal, but no reach there to be able to get on the end of it. It remains 0-0, 6 on the clock. 4 changes from the home side, 3 changes from the home side, 4 changes from Fluminense. This game kicking off at the same time as one other game being played today in the Brazilian top flight. Himo taking on Sao Paulo today. That's a game being played at the Guineo. Currently 0-0. Just a shade behind this one. So 0-0 in that game, 0-0 in this game. It's dominance early on in this game from the home side on a match day in which we've seen no fewer than 5 red cards. Victory for Flamengo. Fluminense's stadium rivals, of course. 3-0 win against Curitiba to keep the pressure on at the top on Palmeiras, who, despite being reduced to 10 men, beat Chapecoense. Hard work of it today, though. 1-0 at home in that game. There's been goals in every single game, apart from the 2 that have just kicked off. But give us time. We'll try and find you one in this one. Let's go to Gama 0. Mineiro 1. It's a great result, that, for Mineiro, up to 9th in the table. Santos 3-1 victory against Victoria. That's a much-needed win for Santos, down in the bottom 4 before that win. And they did it today, 3-1, with 10 men on the park by the end of the game. Botafogo going down away at Bahia, 2-1. Great result from Bahia, just 5 losses in 17 so far. They are in 7th place. Bragantino, good win against Internacional, 3-1. Corinthians winning 3-1 at 10-man Grêmio. So a busy old match day. We're into the final 2 fixtures before the World Cup. Brazil, of course, will be pivotal to that. Will they be able to challenge the superpowers, the likes of Spain and France and Portugal and England? Well, that's yet to be seen, but they've got a strong side with plenty of representation from Serie A, of course. They are working their way through the midfield here, are Cruzeiro. They've given it away, and it could be a little breakaway here. That's a good win from Jefferson Savarino. Gets it out wide, and there might be a shot at goal here, and the goalkeeper's fending it off from the initial shot from Kevin Cerner. Comes back inside again, and Kennedy. Cerner again, that might be just a bit too heavy for him, and he watches it as it goes agonisingly wide for a goal kick. So we have played just coming up to 10 minutes. Scoreline still 0-0. Win today for Fluminense would, in fact, to a point, would see them leapfrog Atletico into 3rd place, but still some way off of Flamengo. They would be 3 points behind, then Flamengo would have a game in hand. They are currently 11 points off the leaders, Palmeiras, who have lost just the 1 game. Looks like a 2-horse race at the top, with both winning today, albeit that Palmeiras made rather hard work of their home win today by just 1-0 against Chapecoense, who stay bottom with just 1 win and some 11, in fact 12 points from safety. So that loss doesn't really do them any favours at all. Looks like they are facing up to relegation in bottom spot there, Chapecoense, especially with their near neighbours Remo in action today. They're currently in action against Sao Paulo. That's 0-0. There's nothing happening here, by the way, because there's an injury, and the injury was a little bit of a strange one. It was a challenge from behind from Mateus Pereira, which, as the Fluminense player went to kick the ball for Kundo Bernal, Mateus Pereira stepped into his swinging ankle that was behind his body and caught him. It looked rather painful, and he's gone down. And no need for treatment, but he was down for a little while. Cruzeiro 0, Fluminense 0. Nearly 11 and a half minutes gone in this first half. No big chances as yet. It's early doors, but a good dominant start from the home side, who are in their change kit today of all white, usually in their royal blue. They've changed today, they're all white, and allows Fluminense to wear their first choice colours. Well, their shirts at least are first choice colours, which are Those famous green and burgundy stripes. By the way, another stoppage in play now. The communication system that's pinned up to the referee has completely failed, and he's having it replaced by the technical staff on the touchline down below, so there is no play going on at the moment. So it's burgundy and green striped shirts with the white pinstripes in between each stripe. Burgundy shorts as opposed to the white shorts today, and the burgundy socks as well. Rather like that kit, I have to say. It's one of the iconic world kits, isn't it, Fluminense? We are all mic'd up. Lucas Casagrande has a new mic. He has a new headset. And the game is going to be finally restarted after that foul, injury and technical failure. That's probably added another 90 seconds to the end of this half when it comes around. Through the midfield with Martinelli. One back though with ease by Pereira. Played through the lines by Zerson, trying to link up with Villarreal, who couldn't keep hold of it. Zimis darting forward up towards the halfway line and trying to keep up with him every inch of the way was Kenny Arroyo. That was a sprint, if ever I saw one, between those two, shoulder to shoulder as well, which probably slowed them down slightly. Across the back line to Milan. Milan to Arana in the left back position for Fluminense. Fluminense working their way along the back line. It's cleared by Zimis. It's a long ball down the right hand side, which is going to be chased by Kevin Cerna. It's a good chase as well. Yeah, can't get that. It's cleared away, and it's out for a throw in to Fluminense in towards the edge of the penalty area. It's bouncing around. John Kennedy couldn't bring it down in time. It's hooked away by Bruno. Now played out wide, starting to get a little bit more of the ball. Fluminense. Arana gets it out wide. This is Soteldo, cuts inside, corner edge of the penalty area, finding the feet of Savarino. The two Jeffersons combining, but Savarino's played that across the 18-yard box towards the right-hand side. It didn't have any meaning to it, and it trickles away, and it will be a goal kick to Cruzeiro, and we've played 14 minutes, and so far neither goalkeeper has been called into any sort of action, and it remains 0-0. 0-0 in this one, 0-0 still between Himo and Sao Paulo at the Berneo. Must win really that for Himo for the Leo at Zell. As they look to climb the table. If they can win that one today against Sao Paulo, who are currently 6th in the table, Hemo would climb to within a couple of points of safety. Defeat today for Grêmio has put them on the brink of the bottom four as well. These two sides are not looking that far down the table, and Cruzeiro, who were down there a few weeks ago, are currently on the attack, and they're in good form as well. And they've won themselves a corner. Shot from Taz Pereira has been deflected behind. It's going to be a corner away to our right for the home side. We did have a shot a couple of moments ago, which was beaten away by the Cruzeiro goalkeeper Utaveo. From the shot from Kevin Cerna. That was the first shot of the game that required a save from the goalkeeper. 16 minutes gone. Cruzeiro corner into the near post, flicked on, but the flick didn't really come to anything from Keiki Bruno. Got two Brunos in midfield, Keiki and Fabrizio. They're not related. They're both sporting their own facial hair that makes them distinguished from the crowd. Zerson just chips it out towards this near side, and Zonatan Jesus. Jesus back inside into that midfield again, the 22-year-old former Chiara player. His only goal this season has come in the Cups. It's been one back in a dangerous position. Mateus Pereira has been brought down and won a free kick, but that was ever so sloppy from Fluminense. Giving the ball away on the edge of the penalty area, and Arana has chopped down from behind. Mateus Pereira, the former West Bromwich Albion Al Hilal playmaker. Free kick. Mateus Pereira scored 4 goals in the Copa Libertadores already this season, but when it comes to Serie A, he's not been in the same rich vein of form. He's yet to score. He's got a little bit of stick from that as well from the media. Goalkeeper Fabio, who is the captain today. That's why I said earlier it's the blue against the white, because the sort of 2 captains we took before I really took any notice of what colours we're wearing. And the 2 captains, one was in blue, one was in white. And I just drew the conclusion that being in blue, it was the skipper of Cruzeiro. Of course, it's not. They're in a white. They've got a free kick on the edge of the box. It's to the right-hand side, just slightly wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post, but still easily within striking range. Fagner is a right-footed right back who may well swing this. I've got a feeling it's going to be Kenny Arroyo. He has a strong left foot. It is Arroyo. He strikes it straight into the wall. The volley is tipped around the post, and now both goalkeepers have made the save. Well, that was an excellent hit as well from Christian, who stood waiting on the edge of the box, and it came out to him. He hit it first time, and it went just wide. Was it Christian? It wasn't Christian. It was Lucas Romero, and he hit it first time, and he couldn't have hit it much better. Goalkeeper gets down, and it brushes past the post. That wasn't far away at all. Just got enough on it that the goalkeeper holds his head as Lucas Romero thought he'd scored the opening goal there. Stopped by the goalkeeper. And another corner to Cruzeiro, who are putting on the pressure here against Fluminense side, whose Achilles heel in recent weeks has been their away form. Woeful they've been. No wins in 5 in all competitions since winning in April away at Santos. Corner is short. It's whipped in towards the near post. That's headed away easily by Martinelli. Wasn't a good delivery from Fagner. And it's in again and headed away by Milan. And the second time by Milan. It'll drop to Bruno, who plays it over the top, and this time swept away by Julian Milan for a throw-in right down by the corner flag on this near side, which is the Cruzeiro left. They're kicking in the first half from right to left in those white shirts and white shorts. Chance for Keke Bruno to launch a long ball in for the Foxes. It's flicked on nicely at the near post. It was a good header as well from Bruno. Long throw from one Bruno, flick on by the other. Now the chance to break away for Fluminense out towards the far side of the field. And it's Kennedy. It's a switched ball. It's an ambitious ball. And it's not a ball that Kevin Cerner particularly wants to be running after. He puts his thumbs up, but I've got a feeling his inner thoughts might be slightly different to the hand gesture that he's just put up acknowledgingly. So a goal kick. Tentative press from the Fluminense front line of Cerner and Kennedy, and they work their way over to the right hand side with Bruno. Going deep is Kenny Arroyo. Kenny Arroyo? It's not Kenny Arroyo, it's Christian has come over to this near side. Both swap wings, Arroyo and Christian, in towards the penalty area. It's Villarreal, slammed away by Julian Milan. It's going to come back again though. They've got it once more of Cruzeiro. Well, there was a time when Cruzeiro were right down in the mix at the bottom of the table, and they are now 7 points clear of the relegation places. So a win today would put them well clear of that early season panic. They've won 6, lost 6 and drawn 6. They're on the 6-6-6 at the moment. That will change today, though which way it will go is still yet to be seen. But they've made a strong start here. They've won 3 of their last 5 league matches of Cruzeiro to help propel them into the final. Sudamericano qualification place in 11th. It's good closing down on the far side by Pereira. Guga rather, is forward to Kevin Cerner. Kevin Cerner is tripped up from behind. That's going to be a free kick. He's helped back to his feet by Keke Bruno. Still 0-0 in both late games tonight. This is where the pause button is pressed in Serie A for a couple of months. Next matches for these two sides, July the 22nd for Fluminense, a home game against Bragantino. Trip to Internacional for Mineirão, for the Mineirense Cruzeiro into the penalty area. That was half a chance, and it fell at the feet of Nessa Villarreal, and he scooped it wide. And in doing so, picking up an injury was the blocking defender Julian Milan. He'd actually done quite well. He run across the defender, tried to get the shot in, it ended up going wide. He may have got caught by his own goalkeeper. Yes, goalkeeper's come out and crashed into Milan. Well, between them, they've done the job, but there's an injury picked up by Milan. It looked quite painful, actually. Goalkeeper coming out. Just tipped that one a few minutes ago around the post. Might have even grazed the outside of the post. Looked like a really painful one for Julian Milan. Well, when the goalkeeper comes crushing out like that at you, it can be painful. So just a little over 2 months before the next league game for these two teams. There are a number of players off to the World Cup. A massive amount, but Serie A will be represented in North and Central America. He's back on his feet now. There's the defender Julian Milan, 28-year-old Colombian. He's been on the periphery most of this season. He's been given a nod today, and he's been quite solid so far. And that was a quite bruising blow from his own goalkeeper. It's going to be a goal kick. They are down to 10 men. They're trying to take their time whilst Julian Milan's treatment continues off the field, and that is a cause of concern for Luis Zubeldia. He's out on his technical area trying to reorganise his back line. He's asking Martinelli just to drop into the back line for now. This is Simis, who takes the goal kick short and anchors it long downfield. Kevin Cerner got the touch, and I think he was rather hoping that would go out of play, Bruno. It didn't, but he managed to knock it against Cerner and out for a throw-in to Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro in 11th place in the table. Fluminense, if they win today, will go 3rd. Cruzeiro, by the way, if they were to win, would climb up as high as 7th. Now, and there's another injury. This time it's a Cruzeiro player that's picked up the knock, and it's Nessa Villarreal. Came from a crunching blow from Guga. So after all those injuries, I'm pleased to say everyone's made a recovery. Milan's back on, and we're back to 11 against 11 in the Brasileiro Serie A, where it remains here 0-0. 26.5 minutes played. Cruzeiro 0, Fluminense 0. Still Himo 0, Sao Paulo 0. Long ball forward, coming out to the edge of his penalty area. Fabio Fabio can bowl it overarm, the 45-year-old former Cruzeiro player, of course, Fabio. 250 appearances for Fluminense. Back at his old stomping ground today, and he's made one terrific save, the veteran goalkeeper, 45 years of age, and he's got down and made a tremendous stop. This is Pereira. Chipped into the penalty area. It was a karate kick of a cross from the far side from Wagner, but he couldn't quite reach it. Those little legs of his not quite long enough, the 36-year-old. And drops behind for a goal kick. Game 9 and Game 10 of this weekend's fixtures currently taking place. Still waiting for a first goal in them. We haven't had a 0-0 draw this weekend. The 8 games that have been played so far this weekend, only 3 of them have ended 11 against 11. It's been a tale of red cards in 5 matches this weekend in the Serie A. Haven't even had a yellow card in this one yet, which I'm pleased to say is refreshing. Two sides would like to get the ball down and play good football. Sotaldo to Milan, back to Sotaldo again, dribbles forward, knocks it out wide to Arana. Sotaldo again, this time it's Savarino. All the way back to Zemis. He can cut inside and weaves his way forward past Romero. Runs into a bit of traffic, does Zemis, who's continued his journey forward. And through Cerner, he crashes it against the ribs of Bruno. It goes out for a throw-in. 0-0, Fluminense 0 is your latest scoreline here. We're just coming up to 29 minutes on the clock. It's a great turn from Kennedy in towards the penalty area, pulls it back, and it's tipped over the crossbar. Great little bit of skill there from John Kennedy, but it's not just about scoring goals. He's done ever so well there to pirouette, plays it inside. It's a first-time shot which is tipped over the bar. It was Savarino that hit it, and he hit it, and it was dipping. And the goalkeeper needed to make a save there. Savarino trying to add to his account. He's got 5 goals this season, 3 of which have come in Serie A. Two sides into the round of 16 in the Copa Libertadores. It's all about Serie A and climbing the table. Ball comes in. That was virtually a free header from Zemis, and he's unable to get any proper purchase on it. Gerson did just about enough, but just about. Played by Zerson. Corner to Fluminense. A win would take them up to 3rd in the table. Atletico's 1-0 win against Mirasol earlier saw them leapfrog Fluminense for now at least. Here comes the delivery. It's a deep one. This time it's a better header from Milan, and he's headed it over the crossbar. Half an hour gone, 0-0. This is not a particularly happy hunting ground, in fact, for Fluminense. They've won 2 of the last 3 here, but a bit further back in time, you've got 2 wins in 10 on this ground for Fluminense. Cruzeiro working their way along the back line. Cruzeiro, by the way, on a winning run and an unbeaten run as well. Won the last 3 at home since Mineiro come here on the 3rd of May and won 3-1. Really good form, 7 matches unbeaten. Now you've got to remember that in that 17 matches, they've gone to Boca Juniors at the La Bombonera, and they've gone also to the Allianz Parque to take on the leaders Palmeiras. And they got draws in both of those games, so you can't discard this Cruzeiro side. Who were very capable. Now they're hitting a little bit of form. Perhaps the World Cup is not coming at a particularly good time for them. It's been a start to the season for them, but they're hitting form and they're on the attack at the moment. Early ball into the box and hits the outside of the post. That was all done in slow motion. Ball into the box and Villarreal got there ahead of the goalkeeper who thought he had it, Fabio. And this was down the right-hand side and it was Arroyo's cross. Now it took a deflection. That wrong-footed the goalkeeper. The defender left it. In popped Nasser Villarreal and he very nearly got the all-important touch. In the end, it goes wide. It's a goal kick. But the slight deflection off of Arana confused just about everyone there for Fluminense, and they were lucky to get away with a goal kick. Cruzeiro 0, Fluminense 0. No doubt that Cruzeiro have been the better side, but they've had their moments, Fluminense. Both goalkeepers have made saves. Way to our right, the Cruzeiro goalkeeper, Otavio, has just tipped one over the bar from Savarino. He's also had a shot to save from Serna. The biggest save of the game from the 45-year-old Fabio. Tipping the ball round the post. A clean hit from Romero. Those are the three chances in the game so far, and on all three occasions, the goalkeepers have come to the rescue of their team. 3 minutes gone. It's a throw-in to Cruzeiro, who have been the better team in this game, but it is still 0-0. It's all about the climb. They'll climb to third. Fluminense with a win. Cruzeiro currently in 11th. They'll climb as high as, I think I said 7th earlier. It's 8th, unless they were to win by a massive scoreline. Got a 6-goal swing. I can't see that happening, so probably 8th with a win. Played out wide. There's a chance of a cross to come in here, and it came in well from Bruno. There's no one there in a white shirt. That's going to be, I was going to say a free kick, but it's not. Referee said play on. It's hit from a long way out from Bruno, Fabrizio Bruno. Now it drops at the feet of Zerson. Zerson waits for some support, turns back inside. It's claret and green shirts on all sides, really, for him. It's played out wide here by Pereira. Pereira again. Can't pick the ball back off of Bernal, who plays it forward to the right-hand side. Serna cuts inside. He's got the pace to get away from Keiki Bruno. Serna again knocks it past Bruno and got caught there. That's going to be a free kick and the first yellow card of the game from referee Lucas Casagrande. It was a solid challenge from Lucas Romero. He very quickly picks up the first caution of the evening. Cruzeiro 0, Fluminense 0. 4 times champions Cruzeiro. Fluminense have also won it 4 times, so not the biggest clubs in Brazil, but 2 big names. Wide on the left-hand side to Nessa Villarreal, down the left flank for Cruzeiro in attack. Has to go all the way back though. It's Lucas Romero just picked up that yellow card for that foul on Serna. All the way back to Fabrizio Bruno. Let's see why this is Farga. Fabrizio Bruno went to cross and then went on the outside. He does get the cross in. Great delivery. Oh, it was a sloppy header from Nessa Villarreal. What a great ball in that was from the central defender. He sidesteps Jefferson Sotaldo, gets a quick ball in. It's a beautiful ball as well. And, well, inexplicably, he gets ahead of the defender. Nessa Villarreal has only got to head it towards goal, and he's headed it kind of down into the grounds. And it bounced a couple of times and bobbled behind for a goal kick. That was a massive chance. Really should have been doing better. So it came to nothing in the end. And it remains goalless. Half-time beginning to creep up on us now. We've got about 8.5 minutes of the first half remaining. Still waiting for the first goal in this game. Still waiting for the first goal in the game between Himo and Sao Paulo as well. A slow burner of an evening so far in the two final games in the first half of the season. The World Cup is around the corner, and we'll of course pause everything in Brazil for a couple of months. Sit back and enjoy yourselves for the World Cup, that's what I say. Kiki Bruno is all the way back to Jonathan Jesus, and across to Fabrizio Bruno, and then the entire back four is used in total with Fagner. Fabrizio Bruno again on the halfway line for the home side. Cruzeiro had the better of it, but still 0-0. So we had the better of it, but have only forced one save out of Fabio, whereas the other end, Otavio, has made a couple of saves, so fairly even in that respect. Pulled out wide, and sliding tackle from Kevin Cerner back there doing his defensive duties to prevent Kiki Bruno from getting the cross in. It will be a corner though. 7 minutes of first half action plus injury time standing between us and the half-time break. These two met last season here in November, late in the season, and the game ended 0-0. That's the scoreline at the moment. Might change sooner than you think. The ball into the penalty area, which is cleared away, and the referee's whistle has gone. It was a very deep corner. It was an outswinger. It didn't really look that dangerous. It always looked like it was under complete control from Fluminense. And push by Kiki Bruno has awarded Fluminense a free kick. Here's Kiki Bruno to head the ball away. Little nudge inside from Zerson. It's a timely interception from Milan. Coming together. It's going to be a free kick, no card. He's just checking his lip for a cut here. Mateus Pereira feels like he should have got more than just a free kick there. If the referee was in the position that he was in, then he's obviously seen it more than we have. I can't say I saw it properly, and it wasn't even a gone in, and he's kind of just turned his back on the player as Martinelli, and he's run into his shoulder blade. Referee didn't even give a free kick, he gave a drop ball. That was a consolation prize. We're getting an elbow in the lip from Mateus Pereira. Up towards the edge of the penalty area, he's played out wide. This could be a big chance for the home side. Turn back across the face of the 6-yard box. It needed a touch from the pullback from Zerson. There was no one there in a white shirt to apply the finish, and it's a let-off for Fluminense. That could have easily been 1-0. Well, it perhaps should have been. Facundo Burnell bringing the ball out from the back. Martinelli. Burnell again, all the way back. Milan lifts it up to the halfway line. It's turned back forward once more by Bruno. Bruno, big, strong defender. Into the midfield, and Zerson. Now brought out from the back by Jonathan Jesus. Cruzeiro, they've had more of the ball. 3 big chances in the game, and 2 of them have been created by Fluminense. This is a game that is still effectively, in commentary terminology, on a knife edge. Rolled forward by Jesus. It's going to be a free kick. Another foul on Pereira. This time pushed to ground by Burnell. Gone short with the free kick. Pereira gets it back very quickly from Arroyo. Pereira out towards the left-hand side. That's a good ball as well. Bruno comes inside. Still Bruno. Can he hit it left-footed? He can. It's a clean strike. Too clean. It flew over the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick. It was some way off of being a cause for concern for the veteran goalkeeper Fabio. Too high, too wide, goal kick. Way to our left, a goal kick for the man in all blue. Fabio, back at his old club. 3 minutes to half time, it's played short, Milan. Bernal, cleared by Zemis, and now there might be a free run on goal for Kennedy. Kennedy gets past one defender, cuts inside. Kennedy, prolific. 1-0 to Fluminense. He has barely had a kick, and just 3 minutes before half time, he wrestles his way past Zonderson Jesus and then sidesteps Fabrizio Bruno before firing low and in clinical fashion past the goalkeeper Uhavi. Otavio had no chance at all, but this is a long ball from the goalkeeper, and he wrestles and he's so strong, but this is clinical. It had a little bit of everything there, a bit of pace, a bit of strength, a bit of guile, and a super bit of finishing as well. That is why he is one of the hottest properties in Brazilian football at the moment, Kennedy. And he's just gone and got his 9th goal in Serie A this season. It's up to 11 now in all competitions, but this is a goal with plenty to admire. A good solo goal from a very strong striker. And it's 1-0 to Fluminense, who, remember, haven't won in 5 away from home. Well, that's a body blow for Cruzeiro. He felt going in 1-0 at half-time, 0-0 would have been probably fair. They took their chance there, and that's clinical finishing. And the man himself, Kennedy, into the penalty area, and they shout for a penalty to Cruzeiro. I can tell you that it's not a penalty, despite the appeals from Zerson. They've got to get back now, because Kennedy's off on the rampage again. He's flexing those muscles this time down the left-hand side. He's got 3 defenders to stop him, and he goes bundling to ground. 2 of those 3 defenders have gone after a ball on the far side. 2 of them then turn around with the ball in their hands, ready to take the throw in at the same time. That could have been quite comical had they done so at the same time, but they didn't quite throw it. One was dropped and one was thrown. So we're back in play. Played out from the back by Fabrizio Bruno. And we are 30 seconds plus injury time away from half-time. It's a nice pass that from Zerson up towards the edge of the penalty area, cut out neatly. Milan can clear for touch on the far side. And at the Stadio Mineirão, it's Cruzeiro 0, Fluminense 1. Clinical finish really was from Kennedy. Had just a bit of everything. He's 23 years of age, and he's got to be attracting a lot of attention from clubs in Europe. We are now stepping into first half stoppage time, but there's still no board at the moment anyway. Still waiting a minute into the second half for that board to come out. Well, I've missed it, one of the two. I think I might have missed it. I'm gathering it's 3 minutes of stoppage time. Coming in from Cerna straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Ball out from the back by Jesus. Jesus looks up. Moves it carefully to the left-hand side. Bruno for Cruzeiro. Down the channel. This is a good attacking option as Christian gets the cross in, eludes everyone, comes all the way through. This is Fagner. Headed away, his cross from Milan. Matched back forward again by Bruno. In the midfield, it's Matheus Pereira. Plays it forward. It's a touch by Christian. And back out wide again for Keke Bruno. That was neatly played by Christian once more. It's neat from Cruzeiro as they look for a equalising goal, and he just took a touch too many there. Zerson went to the ground. He's claiming a penalty. The referee's having nothing to do with it. He stayed on the ground here as Zerson. Didn't think there was much in it. I think it was a poor touch that invited some contact, but probably not enough. So 3 minutes, I'm told. If it is 3 minutes, then we're into the last 10 seconds of the back inside. There might be a chance of a shot on the turn and just wide from Matheus Pereira. It's another really good shot. I understand John Kennedy actually at Monaco, Lyon, Real Betis, Sevilla. There are sides that are all looking at John Kennedy. He's described as the new young Diogo Costa. Well, that weren't bad, that hit from Pereira. There's a little bit of a bobbly surface here as well, and still wanted to keep it down, and nearly tested the goalkeeper just inches past the post. Now it's a throw-in to Fluminense on the right-hand side. We played 3.5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Cruzeiro 0, Fluminense 1. It was definitely 3 on the board, I'm told. I've added another one on. That one extra is now more or less done. Here comes the challenge from Zerson. Trying to clear the ball is Bruno. Turned back by Gugarada. It's won well by Kennedy again. It's good strength. No foul, says the referee, and play continues. It's been given away rather cheaply by Zemis. Cruzeiro pouring forward. Nice touch by Araya. Chance to get the cross in here for Fagner. It's been given away. So Teldo into Kennedy, and Kennedy will have a little run here. Looks up, but he's played that straight at Romero, who ushers it back to his goalkeeper. Now Cruzeiro go again. 6 minutes of added time, I'm told. I don't know where I got the 3s and the 4s from. What I'm being told by my producer, who's smiling at me. But it is 6 minutes, and the ball was played across the face of goal. It was a good ball as well from Pereira. And sliding in and not quite able to get there was Nessa Villarreal, and that was nearly 1-1. Great ball in across the face of that 6-yard box, and he was millimetres away from getting the all-important touch there. Nessa Villarreal, any sort of touch, and that would have been 1-1. Now, if it is 6 minutes, and we are told it is 6 minutes, and we're not being mucked about anymore, then half-time is imminent, about 30 seconds away. Clearance from Zemis, who looks like he's a central defender with a capability of having a rick or two in him, has cleared the ball rather sloppily. And with that, the referee points to the goal kick, and indeed he blows for half-time. So Cruzeiro, who have got a very good home record against Fluminense, who haven't won in away games in 5, and it's Well, the two sets of players coming out for the second half. You're listening to audio commentary coverage of Cruzeiro against Fluminense, and it's Fluminense that lead 1-0 at half-time through their top goal scorer, John Kennedy, his 9th goal of the season. There will be changes from both sides. Enrique is coming on for Cruzeiro. And the midfielder is on. And making his way off, Guillermo Arana is replaced in the second half by Orene, a left back. So changes from both sides at half time. Arana coming off, and so second half change will be straight in at left back for Rene, like for like change from a Flamengo and Inter Milan player. It's an early touch, plays it down the line as well to Savarino. Taldo rather, Savarino, got the wrong Jefferson. This is Jefferson Savarino. It's an overhit pass all the way back to Zemis. Zemis helps it down the line. This is Serna, bulldozing run forward, sends it out wide to the right hand side. Serna finding Kennedy. Kennedy holds it up really well. Just a little ball inside by Hene. Hene on as a substitute. Now bringing the ball out from the back, Zemis. Zemis continues his run to the feet and sent out wide by Serna. Then comes across by Gurga, but it's not a particularly good one, and it's easily gathered by the goalkeeper. These two clubs between them have 6 players in the Brazilian squad, 4 from Fluminense, 2 from Cruzeiro. None of those players start in this game. Cabral and Silva for Cruzeiro, both sitting it out. Trindade, Arias, Chano and Marcelo all in the squad for Brazil from Fluminense. So none of those players, as I say, in from the off today. The international squads gathering up as we speak, and around Central America for the World Cup finals are just 2 weeks away now, aren't they? Amazing that it's come around so quick. Here is the final game of the first half of the Serie A season in Brazil, and it's a chance for both of these sides to go out on a high. And at the moment it's Fluminense that are keeping their faint title hopes alive. 11 points off the leaders, Palmeiras. Top two, Palmeiras and Flamengo, both seemingly pulling away from everyone else. They both won again this weekend, both at home, both keeping clean sheets. Palmeiras struggling past bottom club Chapecoense 1-0. Fluminense easy winners. So here we are. Chance for Zula Milan to come forward. Plays it out to Guga. Now Zemis. Cruzeiro happy to afford most of the possession in the opening 3 minutes of this first half to their visitors, Fluminense, who lead here by 1-0. Bruising challenge, but a fair one, and here is Zerson. Zerson has the overlap on the near side from Kenny Arroyo. It's been won back well by Soteldo. Now it's a chance for Fluminense to get away in spectacular fashion, really. It's been played out wide by Savarino. This is Guga joining in on the attack. Just pulls it back to Martinelli, slows things down, gives it inside to Savarino. Savarino to the feet of Kennedy. He's done well to get the ball back out wide again. Guga is still very much part of this attack. So too Kennedy, as he slips over whilst playing the ball inside. It's controlled by Bernal, sent out wide by Milan. Now cutting inside Sotaldo on the left-hand side. And once more to Hene. Sotaldo again, diminutive, blonde-haired, stocky winger on the left-hand side, denied access forward there by Fagner. Ruggiero 0, Fluminense 1, and that will be a frustrating scoreline for coach Artur Jorge, whose side have won their last 3 at home, having lost one game on the 3rd of May, 3-1 here against Mineiro. They've gone and won 3 on the bounce very quickly in the month of May. Put themselves on the right track. They are climbing in towards the Copa places, Copa Sudamericano final qualification place is currently theirs. It will stay theirs for the duration of the World Cup, no matter what. Still a lot of football to be played in the Brazilian top flight, that's for sure. There's a throw into Cruzeiro. The ball has come off of Serna. Doesn't mind getting back and doing his fair share of defending. Lifted into the box. It's a great volley, and if it would have been executed, it would have been quite almost like the Paul Gascoigne goal in 1996 in the European Championships for England. Flicks it over the head of the defender and then volleys it, but he didn't quite finish it like Gascoigne. He put it across the face of goal. Did Zerson, but it all looked very good. It wasn't even a touch from a defender. Fluminense still leading by that goal from John Kennedy before half-time. And now 6 minutes into the second half. It's ball out from the back by Keke Bruno. Bruno again. He lacks in height, Bruno. Oh, makes up with his broad shoulders and very physical. Good play by Zerson. Zerson, though, has given the ball away, and now there might be the chance to break away. And that's a great ball from Kennedy outside of the boot, trying to find Serna. The race was won by Bruno, who got there ahead of Serna. Goes back to his goalkeeper. Otavio. I'll go through the 2 scenes for you actually in a second. Let's just see how this venture forward goes for Cruzeiro. They've got it out wide to this near side, and Arroyo into the box and spins ahead of Christian and straight through to the veteran goalkeeper Fabio, who's still got that clean sheet intact. So it's Otavio in goal for Cruzeiro, that back 4 of Fagner, Fabrizio Bruno, Keke Bruno and Jonathan Jesus, and in midfield Zerson and Mateus Henrique, Mateus Pereira, and then Kenny Arroyo and Christian supporting Nessa Villoe in attack. Here they come again, Cruzeiro, but that's great interception by Martinelli. Read it so well, sends it out wide, and it's a gentle jog forward for Serna. Serna playing it inside. Savarino looks up into the box. It's Kennedy trying to beast his way into the box against Fabrizio Bruno. Bruno has enough about him to deal with it. And actually going to be a goal kick. Good defending that by Bruno. Nine of the starting 11 this evening for Cruzeiro are Brazilian players. Staring to the next couple of Colombians. Cruzeiro again. Serson picking the ball up and just trying to find a way to prise open this Fluminense defence. Still 0-0 between Himo and Sao Paulo. That one also into the second half now. Henrique, it's nicely done, scooped over the top, almost finding Pereira. It's been cleared away, not properly yet, and then headed away by Milan, who's having a good game at the back, played out wide by Christian. And picked up by Mateus Enrique. Christian once more. Fabrizio Bruno brings it forward, looks up, gets it wide to the right-hand side. Wagner pulls it back to Arroyo. Arroyo making a run into the box. He took a slight tumble. I think the flag might have gone up in both cases, whether it be an offside or whether it be a foul. The referee's played on. Zerson, right of centre, plays it down the line for Arroyo. Arroyo easily beaten to it, and the referee has given a penalty. Or has he? What's he given? A free kick or a penalty? Well, it's outside the penalty area, that's for sure. I thought the referee pointed to the spot there. Well, if he did, he's going to have to change his mind, because that is half a yard outside the box, or at least I thought it was. And he went down. The referee has given the penalty. But he has changed his mind. It is outside the box by some considerable distance. And Cruzeiro fans claiming a penalty but not getting it. And they're going to make a couple of changes as well here, Cruzeiro. They're going to bring on Keki Kenji. And also Bruno Rodriguez. Some firepower is on the way. Might retract from that change if they can find an equalising goal here. Standing over the ball, Mateus Pereira squares it to the edge of the box. It's fired towards goal and wide. It was a shot by Mateus Enrique, and he kept it low with the instep of the right foot. Had time to think about it, tried to curl it, but didn't get enough curl on it. The angle was slightly wrong. Well, Wagner is the first player to be replaced. Second is Nessa Villarreal up front, who's not heavily involved in the game. So a double change for Cruzeiro, and it's Sinisteri that comes on, the former Bournemouth player, Colombian international, still a Bournemouth player. He is on loan from Bournemouth. Scorer of one of the goals in midweek in the Copa Libertadores, his first goal in the competition. He's got two now, one in the league as well, so it's two for the former Bournemouth player. He's done well when he was in the Premier League with Bournemouth. Might yet get a future under their new manager. For now, it's game time in the Brazilian league, or at least for now. He'll be off to the World Cup with Colombia. Sinisteri, Arroyo and Rodriguez all on. Nessa, Kenji and Wagner, the three players replaced. So here come Fluminense. It's a through ball trying to dissect the defence and set Kennedy free. It didn't have enough pace on it to cause any problems at all. It's retrieved by Jesus and brought through the midfield by Enrique. Picked up by Sinisteri. Sinisteri gets it out wide to this near side, and it's done well, Sinisteri, to find Kenzie. Looks like Christian has gone back to the left-hand side. Kenzie has come over to this right-hand side since coming on as a substitute. And there's a bit of a change of fortune, really, because they've gone in an attacking sense, because they're taken off a fullback to bring on Rodriguez. Looks like they've gone three at the back of Cruzeiro in search of their equalising goal. They've gone a 3-2-3-2. It really is probably the best way to describe it. 3-2-4-1 maybe is probably the best way to describe it, because Sinisteri has gone up top. We've got three left wingers on the pitch at the moment, plus a left midfielder. There's a lot of left-sided players in and amongst that attacking force that Cruzeiro has, and they've got themselves a free kick here at the moment. We're a minute shy of the 60-minute mark in this game. Still 1-0 to Fluminense, the goal from John Kennedy. Target for several big clubs in Europe. 23-year-old striker that is certainly making a name for himself this season. And if that goal is looked at by scouts, they'll be saying, oh, we'll have some of that, because he's strong and powerful and had a bit of everything. Very good finishing as well. And here comes Cruzeiro looking for an equaliser. It needed a save. He got down in stages, did Fabio, and pushed it away with his left hand after the shot came in from Enrique. Another cross comes in, this time turned away by Milan. 0-0. Fluminense 1. It's pressure at the moment from the side that trail. On the left-hand side, Zers tries to hang it up. Now it's Sinisteri bursting into the penalty area. The cross coming in from Zerson, took a deflection, and that will be a corner. Enough saved by the former Cruzeiro goalkeeper Fabio against his old club. Got a player down injured at the moment of Fluminense. It's an injury to Zemis. .61 minutes gone. Cruzeiro 0, Fluminense 1. It's a Cruzeiro corner to be taken by Pereira. Lofts it high into the penalty area. Headed back across again, but where it was directed to by Bruno was where all the defenders are all lined up in one big line, and they said thank you very much. It wasn't a particularly good direction of header from Fabrizio Bruno. It's been cleared away. Still Himo 0, Sao Paulo 0. By the way, Sao Paulo are just a little bit ahead of Cruzeiro in the table. It could be caught tonight, but Cruzeiro would have to worry about 9-0. Sao Paulo only 0-0 against struggling Himo tonight. Here comes Cruzeiro into the penalty area on the left-hand side. Trying to get the cross in was Bruno. It's Kiki Bruno. And cleared away only as far as Jonathan Jesus. Beats a couple of players, so that's good dribbling from the central defender. Plays it inside, nice dummy as well from Bruno Rodriguez, but can't link up. Sinisteri seems to be playing down the left-hand side, and it's Bruno Rodriguez who's gone down the middle more. So, chance again here for Cruzeiro into the box, and it wouldn't fall for Bruno Rodriguez as it came out the sky, tried to control it. It just bounced between his 2 feet and zipped away from him. Now warming up subs, it looks like there could be another one in the offing sooner rather than later. Free kick to Fluminense. They have that slender lead to hang on to. I feel that Cruzeiro have done enough in this game to not be behind, but behind they are, and they could be further here. This is Kennedy into the penalty area from wide on the right-hand side. He's been caught there by Kiki Bruno. When I say caught, I mean by terms of pace, and he had enough physicality about him to nip the ball out of play for a corner. So a corner to Fluminense, which takes away the acute pressure that's been piled on them at the moment by Cruzeiro, the hosts. It's a corner to Tricola, to Fluminense. Swing up, which is firmly headed away by Sinisterra. Back out way to that right hand side. It wasn't a particularly good pass from Guga. He's overhit it, straight out for a throw in. Played nearly 20 minutes of this second half. Cruzeiro still chasing the game. They've gone for the attacking options off the bench. Making 3 changes so far. Sinisterra is on, Rodriguez is on, Taz Enrique on as well. All out from the back by Zamis. Zamis hits the feet of Cerna. It's a long ball forward by Guga. Target is Cerna again, but he's easily beaten to it. No foul, says the referee. Nice play by Jesus. Jesus finding the feet of Zerson. Zerson sent tumbling to the ground. Referee's come across and given a free kick. It's a break up in play. They're quite happy with the challenges like that, avoiding any yellow cards in the process. Scoop forward from Zerson. He gets it back from Sinisteri. Side stepping a challenge. Comes inside. Sinisteri again. Cut out by Soteldo for Fluminense. Challenge coming in the midfield by Mateus Enrique, which has left a Fluminense player rooted to the floor. That player being John Kennedy. Costa comes on for Soteldo, who has worked tirelessly to try and make things happen. The diminutive 5'3" left-sided player. When he lacks in height, he more than makes up with stocky physique. He's quick as well. Costa is the player that's come on for him. Attacking midfielder with plenty of experience, Argentine, former Cincinnati and Boca Juniors player. He's no taller, in fact, he's 5'3" as well. Like a 5'3" player in the South American leagues. Here comes the cross in, trying to look for a second goal here. Fluminense, it comes all the way out. It's fired through a crowd with a little bit of vigour and a little bit of pace from Facundo Brunel, and that goes wide for a goal kick. Still Hemo nil, Sao Paulo nil. It's 1 minute to go in that one, 20 minutes to go in this one, a little over 20 minutes in fact. Cruzeiro desperately trying to eke their way back into this match. Here they come again. Christian. Let's come over to this right-hand side now. It's Kenzie. Forward by Zerson. Wasn't a great pass from Zerson. Cleared away by Savarini. Plenty of pace on that as well. Going to run all the way through. Now, for a moment there, I thought that Kenzie was going to catch it, but he couldn't. And it's gone behind for a goal kick. come Fluminense. Nice ball out towards this near side, and Brown will keep it in. He can. Turned it up really well, this Cerner, but he was offside. It's a rather belated flag. Out from the back once again. Yeah. Zizou. Zizou again. Neatly forced wide to the left-hand side. Sinisteri. To try and get the cross in. Can't do so though. It's happy to come back inside again. Zerson sends it to the right-hand side, and Kenzie has a look up, bends it around the back. It's headed away by Guga. Guga will retrieve the ball again, right down by the corner flag, takes a touch, chips it forward. Flick on by Luciano Acosta. And that will play over on the far side for a throw-in to the home side, Cruzeiro. That's good again. Once again, Kenzie. Once again, not really got the cross in that's of any use to anyone. Maybe a breakaway here. John Kennedy, he's all on his own, the edge of the box, comes back inside. He's got some support now. Flips it over towards Costa. Acosta on the right-hand side. It's going to be a goal kick. Nowhere near to Acosta in the end. Wasn't a great ball by Kennedy. We didn't have too many options with him there for the most part. 20 minutes of this game remaining. Jefferson Savarino. Back out wide by Acosta once more. Neatly played out wide by Julian Milan. Bringing it out from the back, Zimis. It's the diminutive Acosta, and he's running to traffic. That allows Cruzeiro to win the ball back in the midfield. Zerson, they're driving force through the midfield in the middle. Wide again to Keki Kenzie. Just dribbles it backwards. Tapped by Christian, who's very much part of the three-man midfield now. Dragged forward towards the edge of the penalty area by Bruno. A free kick has been given right on the edge of the penalty area, just slightly right of centre. This is a real opportunity for Cruzeiro. Well, they had a similar free kick in the first half, which was blocked by the wall, and the follow-up was tipped around the post. The one big save made by Fabio in this game. Hercules is going to come on to give a little bit more steel to the midfield of Fluminense. Hercules scored in midweek in the Copa Libertadores, the 25-year-old, bit of a box-to-box player. The decision as to who to come off is yet to be made, because John Kennedy has gone down injured. Looks like it's going to be a triple change. Samuel Xavier, who is the club captain, the 35-year-old, he's going to come on. 250 appearances for the club. And Gemanciano as well, 38 years of age, over 100 appearances for the club. So they're turning to experienced players here to see this one over the line. First player off, rather surprisingly, the driving force of the midfield, Zerson. Next off for Facundo Bernal. So Severino and Bernal off. So Chano, Javier and Hercules are on. And the general feeling is that the Argentine Herman Koenig will go up top. But this is a very dangerous position in which a free kick is given on the edge of the penalty area, slightly right of centre, but certainly within striking distance for Cruzeiro. Looks like it might well be Mateus Pereira. He's the only man over the ball. It's going to be Pereira. It's a five-man wall. He curls it and in. Well, it seemed to go through the goalkeeper's hands, and it's an equalising goal for Cruzeiro. Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there with Fabio, but he's curled it round the wall. And the goalkeeper couldn't keep it out. And it's Pereira who scores to level things off at 1-1. It's a great hit from Mateus Pereira. And at long last, he's got his first Serie A goal. So he's over the wall. Took a deflection off of the head of one of the two central figures in that wall. Just glances off of the head of Zemis. And that changes its direction slightly. And that's where it all went wrong for Fabio. He had to re-change his direction. And by the time he got his hand out the other way, it had moved in the air as well. And it was spinning. And he got fingertips to it, but he couldn't prevent it from going in. It's 1-1. You have to say, 38-year-old goalkeeper. If you're going to be ultra-critical, the very best goalkeepers in the world saved that. But that did take a nasty deflection off of Zemis. And the equalising goal comes from Mateus Pereira. Well, it'll be his goal. His shot was on target. It's 1-1. Just brought on a succession of vintage fine wines to get this one over the line, Fluminense, and they've got 13 and a half minutes now to re-evaluate their game plan. There's an injury to the goalkeeper, Fabio, as well. 38-year-old is back on his feet. He is being checked out. He went one way to readjust his body. Really, he's got a good strong hand there to try and keep it out, and he's only fended it up into the roof of the net. It's preventable. And I think Fabio will be the first to admit he knows that. Stands up, shakes his head, looks at the skies, and the face is one of thunder. His clean sheet evaporates as Cruzeiro deservedly get themselves an equaliser. They've done enough in this game to merit at the very least a draw, so far at least. And it's nice and open now, and maybe with 12 and a half minutes left, we might see a drive for a winner from both of these sides. Hine in the left back position now. It's neatly done into Xavier. Cleared away only as far as Zemis. Zemis had Guga down the line, but instead he's gone inside to Hercules. Hercules fired the all-important second goal and a 3-1 win in the Copa Libertadores in midweek. These two sides both progressing to the round of 16. Guga with the cross. Well, they're putting a little bit of pressure on. Here are Fluminense. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side, is it? No free kick to The draw was made for the Copa Libertadores a couple of days ago. Cruzeiro will take on Flamengo in an all-Brazilian affair. Defending champions as well, Flamengo. So a tough draw that for Cruzeiro, but they are capable of a victory. Fluminense will be playing the unknown Argentine side, Independiente Rivadavia, who won their group with some to spare, knocking out River Plate in the process. So, bit of a shock there. Rivadavia away in the second leg. Will not be easy for Fluminense given their away record of late. The other Brazilian sides in there still. Corinthians will have a home leg in the second leg against Rosario Central, an Argentine matchup against Brazil. Cerro Porteño go to Palmeiras. And also entertain Ledu Quito. First ever knockout appearance from Mirassol. So, an equalising goal from Cruzeiro, which has got them right back where they want to be in this game. Still 0-0 between Himo and Sao Paulo, by the way. Himo needing something to prize themselves away from the bottom end of the table. A win in that game would take them to within touching distance of survival. And this is the last two games being played in the Brazilian Serie A before the World Cup. After tonight, no more games until the 22nd of July. Today is the 1st of June. Turned around the corner. It was nicely done by Acosta. Held up well by Xavier. Xavier went down, wanted a free kick, and didn't get it. It's gone the other way, in fact. I think he was offside. Flag's gone up. 8.5 minutes to go in this game. Any winner now is going to be a late winner. Well into the last 10 minutes of the game. Acosta sidestepping the challenger Kirky Kenzie and playing it inside. A little bit of time and space for Hercules. Hercules finds the feet of Guga. Hercules again. This time out wide to Xavier. Guga. Xavier. Once again, as a yellow card, by the way, to Milan, the central defender for Cruzeiro, for something he said. Guga's done well. He's pulled that back to the corner edge of the penalty area. Took a swipe at it, did Hercules. Didn't really get much of the ball, though. Now there could be a chance of a breakaway, but the goal scorer, the equalising goal, Matheus Pereira. He leaves it to Sinisteri. Sinisteri comes inside. Dribbles past one, past two. Can he get the cross in? He can. It was a nice touch from Sinisteri. But Bruno Rodriguez, with his back to goal, wasn't able to create anything. Even hold it up would have been an option. Didn't really seem to do anything there, and it was cleared away with ease by Zamis. Got just a little over 7 minutes to go here. Well, up until tonight's games, we didn't have a 0-0. Just got the one goal between the two games. That's here. That's come from John Kennedy. But then, of course, the equalising goal a few minutes ago, doubling that stat. Equalising goal coming from Matheus Pereira's free kick that deflected in past Fabio. He probably should have done better. It's a drive from Zerson. Zerson just lays it off. Down the line from Pereira. Pereira again whips one in. This time it is an easy take for Fabio. Palmeiras top of the table. 41 points, 7 points ahead of Flamengo, do have a game in hand. That's how it will stay until July. And a long ball forward, and Kennedy's in the penalty area here. Serna goes for goal. It's a good block from Bruno. Bruno using all his force to get the better of Zerner, and Bruno won the ball, knocked a player over. He's given the free kick against Fabrizio Bruno, picks up the ball, went to throw it to the ground and stopped himself at the last moment, which would have been a mandatory yellow card. Probably was a foul. Just having a look at the yellow card that was given out to Julian Milan for taking his time with a free kick. Well, it's 1-1. He's not exactly killing time. His side would want to go and win the game, I would have thought. So, free kick to Fluminense. They were ahead. Cruzeiro deservedly equalising. Now a free kick on the left-hand side, taken by Hene. A lot of white shirts between him and the goal. And a shot from Acosta. Took a deflection up in the air. The first header up in the air also from Zerson. And Zerson again takes it on his chest, brushes aside one player, then he's knocked to the ground. That's going to be a yellow card. He is not a happy man with the challenge there. Well, Bulldozers past one, and it was a blockade from Samu Xavier, and he's in the face, Xavier, of the referee, and you can't afford to be doing that. The referee takes the wrong opinion of that kind of retaliation, and he upgrades the yellow to a red, and he's got to be very careful there. Samu Xavier, 35-year-old, felt he did no wrong. Nothing come of the free kick. It's a throw-in now to Fluminense. They've given the ball back to Fabrizio Bruno. Here is Bruno. He's going to go all the way back from the halfway line, and his goalkeeper comes out of his box, Sutavio. We've got 4 minutes to go, plus injury time. Coming out from the back now is Jonathan Jesus. Bruno. It's neatly played by Enrique. Wins a free kick, fouled by Hercules. It's been played out wide a little too quickly for the referee's liking. A yellow card has now been shown to Fabrizio Bruno, and his retaliation to the referee for that yellow card is one of anger. It's giving a yellow card to a player. This team's just won a free kick. Still having to go with the referee. He's got the yellow, just needs to put a lid on it and not make it any worse. So free kick to Cruzeiro. Still Hemo nil, Sao Paulo nil. It's 1-1 in this game. Looks like it's going to be a share of the spoils. We had another draw today, and both games tonight are going to be draws by the look of things, unless we can find a late winner here. 2.5 minutes to go. Kick was chipped into the box, and there's a guided header from Jesus. It was always dropping wide. Goalkeeper had it covered. Here come Cruzeiro again. Zerson. We're about to bring on another substitute. Looks like it's going to be Mateus Cunha to come on. Ball into the box, nudged away really well by Zemis. Now a chance to hit one, and he does get power behind the shot. There's Jonathan Jesus. It was off target. But falls well wide of the frame of goal. 90 seconds of the 90 minutes remaining. Cruzeiro make a change. Chico da Costa's coming on, striker, former Boulevard player. Chipped forward by Milan. Chico da Costa on. Placing Christian. Down on the floor at the moment, Samu Xavier. Up on his feet, he was fouled and he wins a free kick. Well, ticking seconds take us into the final 30 of the 90 minutes. A game that will take late drama. Both teams take a point apiece going into the World Cup shutdown. Ball curled into the penalty area. It was a reaching header from Julian Milan. The man up from the back couldn't get behind it. He kind of got underneath it. And his header looped wide for a goal kick without any concern for Otavio in the Cruzeiro goal. Cruzeiro 1, Fluminense 1. They led through that goal from John Kennedy, who's now gone off injured. The equalising goal from Matheus Pereira, a free kick that was deflected in. And you have to say overall they've probably deserved their equaliser, Cruzeiro. They've done enough in this game not to lose it. And now 30 seconds into stoppage time, and the referee is just preparing the board. There it is, 7 minutes. 7 minutes to go in injury time. This is picked up in the midfield. It's Hercules. Hercules again. Out towards the right-hand side. It's a big chase for Guga. Guga gets there first. Ahead of Jonathan Jesus, but it's been run out of play, and Jonathan Jesus will take this throw and goes all the way back to Fabrizio Bruno. Bruno again on the edge of his penalty area, just rolling it forward to Matheus Henrique. Matheus Henrique on as a substitute, 29-year-old, former Sassuolo player. His other former club, Grêmio, lost today, earlier on, 3-1 at home to Corinthians, down to 10 men as well in that game. And they drop into the bottom 5, just above the relegation zone. Kenzie curled back into the penalty area. Low ball from Zerson, wasn't a particularly convincing one. Deflected away for Fabrizio Bruno. Done well by Zerson. Sent wide to Sinisteri by Jesus. Jesus again. 7 minutes of added time added on. We've got 5 more minutes to go. Right, Bruno Rodriguez. Gives it to Keiki Kenzie, takes on the defender who commits himself, and he's gone round the outside, then he comes back on the inside, then he goes on the outside again. Stood up all the way there, Hine. He's an experienced defender. Puts it behind for a corner. As Cruzeiro go looking for a winner. Cruzeiro 0, Fluminense 0. 4.5 minutes of injury time yet to play. Corner comes in from Pereira. It's an easy header away. Ever so easy from Zemis. Now Acosta on the left-hand side, drilling his way into the Cruzeiro half. Checks back and finds Martinelli. Martinelli keeps going, runs into the brick wall that is Jesus. Referee doesn't like the challenge and gives a free kick. It's a challenge actually by Zerson. He got player before ball. Zerson. Three and a half minutes into 7, so we're halfway through. It's halfway through 7 minutes of stoppage time. Got a chance here to put that ball and bury it into the box and see what happens. So launch delivery. It's headed on. It's a great chance. Oh, that's a magnificent opportunity for Herman Kanu, and he didn't make any sort of connection. He's got the goalkeeper to beat, and admittedly the goalkeeper's scurry.